The Staghorn Sumac tree grows throughout the northeastern area of the United States and in many other parts of the country and the world. It is a tree that's native to this northeast area, and today I'm going to be showing you a really cool and common use that this tree can provide. Okay, so here we are at a sumac tree bearing fruit here in one of the garden beds. But I did taste test this a little bit with my tongue. It is beginning to get that acidic sourness and stuff. And what you can do with these sumac bobs, right? Basically it's the fruit, and I guess it's the trichomes on the fruiting structures that produce all these acids like acetic acid, malic acid, oxalic acid, and things like that. And so what you can do is you can soak these in water overnight or for 24 hours or so, and you can produce like a lemonade-like drink. A lot of people have done this. It's a pretty popular foraging thing. Now, with the way my garden is set up, I use sumac as kind of a dappled, incremental shade type tree. And this is one way you can harvest a yield off of this tree. Right, this tree has so many other uses as well, but yeah, and this is going to have vitamin C in it and everything else. So yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and clip this guy off. Nice and easy. There we go. I'll put that in a jar. Got like a nice large jar in here, and I'll put that in here, and I'll collect a bunch more too and put those in, and then I'll fill it with water. Let it sit, probably let it sit outside in the shade so it doesn't heat up too much. If it heats up too much, then it can leach out some of the tannins, some more of the phenolic compounds, and it can kind of make a more bitter taste. And I just see there's a spider in here too, so I'm gonna get that guy out. I like the water to have some form of contact with the earth. Maybe it's just me, but it seems to have a different taste or texture to it. So, all right. So I just harvested a bunch of these sumac bobs. Just watch out for some of them; they can be kind of older. This one had some like insect frass in it, and it was kind of falling apart. It's kind of old, and these don't really have like any acidic nature on them anymore, quite so much. And of course, just be mindful of any spiders or any other critters that you might find on the sumac fruits. Alright, so I'm going to go fill that jar up with water, let it sit in the shade. It's supposed to get up to 85 degrees today, so hopefully it's not too hot to leach out too many tannins or anything like that. So here we have the jar of sumac berries. Those will be sitting here for about a day, maybe overnight. We'll kind of see, maybe taste test it at the end of the day, see if it needs more time. So we have different options that we can use for making the sumac-ade, right? You can use the sumac bobs or the berry clusters. You can soak those in the water to make that sumac-ade, or you can use the stems of the fruit as well, like the central stalk, right? You might also be able to take that sumac drink and cook it down to like more of a concentrate. That might be an interesting thing to try too. But another common thing people will do is they will take the berry clusters and they will dry them, and then they will remove the seeds and use the remaining fruit skins throughout the winter time, and they can use it as a spice, like as a lemon substitute, or you can just directly make the sumac-ade from that. So I think this is a plant, this is a tree that has a lot of potential for like in a gardening scenario. I actually prefer the flavor of this sumac-ade to lemonade, or the use of this sumac to what you would use lemons in. For me, lemons seem a little too acidic or something like that. They make my throat feel funny, so but the sumac doesn't do that. And I also noticed that the sumac has a much more balanced flavor. It's not quite as pungently acidic, but it also has just traces of bitterness, and kind of other little spicy flavors in there that help to balance out that whole overall flavor profile, making it a lot easier, a lot more pleasant to consume. So I think this is a tree that has a lot of potential, especially when we try to eat local, or if you're trying to eat native foods, you know, right? This is a tree, especially up here in the Northeast, where that you can grow to produce food items that could replace citrus or lemons, things of that nature. So I think there's a lot of potential to explore and experiment with this tree and using it as an incremental shade in a garden as well. So thank you so much for checking out this video. I appreciate it, and I look forward to seeing you in a future video. Take care.